Our mini message today starts in Genesis chapter 19 and picks up in verse 23. Now, Lot has fled the city with his family. He is headed to the tiny little city of Zoar. Now, listen to what happens as he goes there. It says, the sun had risen upon the earth when Lot entered Zoar, and the Lord rained brimstone and fire on Sodom and Gomorrah. And he overthrew and destroyed those cities, all the plain, all the inhabitants of the cities, and what even grew on the ground. But his wife looked behind him, and she became a pillar of salt. Now, the judgment on these cities was complete. I mean, the cities themselves, the people in them, the animals, even the very plants coming out of the ground were destroyed. And now the exact location of these cities is oftentimes debated in Scripture. It's debated in archaeology. Some feel that they have found them and believe that there are ruins of them next to the Dead Sea. Some people even think that they are in the Dead Sea. They are actually under the water itself. That the fire and brimstone that actually came is one of the things that helped even form that Dead Sea there. So there's a lot of different conjecture and there's a lot of different opinions there. But we know the city was destroyed completely in every single thing in it. It had been it had been a beautiful place. And these people, you think about, well, why were they judged so harshly? I mean, you know what? Did they know about God? Yes. They had Lot. Abraham actually saved that city. If you remember going back, he actually had to go and rescue Lot and a bunch of the people from Sodom, from the cities on the plain. He had to go and save them and bring them back. They had met Melchizedek, who was a priest of the Most High God and the king of Salem, the ancient name for the city of Jerusalem. They knew who God was. They simply chose not to worship Him, which is the same thing so many people in our modern times do. They know who God is. They know something about Him. They understand that Christians believe in this God, but they simply reject this. And therefore, what they do at the end of the day is they open themselves up to the judgment of God at the end of this life. They open themselves up even more to the consequences of sin. So some of these cultures and things over the years, they open themselves up to destruction. Egypt, Babylon, they open themselves up to destruction because of their rejection of God. The Assyrians, it goes on and on as you go through Scripture. The Philistines, the Amorites. So you can go on through there. So they knew. And see, that shows us something, that God is a just God. God is a faithful God. And God will hand out His justice in His time, and it will be holy and it will be right. You guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you again soon.